Welcome to the FYW Show, where we interview talent. Not just talent, but talent from around the world. It doesn't matter where you're from. This platform is here for you. Musician, entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. This platform is here for you. And today, we have a pleasure of sitting down with one of our Haitian entrepreneur by the name of Artis Jeffson.
Artist Jeffson, thank you so much for having me, brother.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing amazing,
Welcome
man.
to the FYW Show.
Welcome to New York, the cold New York. Thank you for having me, guys.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you on a platform, of course. And it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we wanted to sit down with the entrepreneur. I call it the entrepreneur of the world.
Yes, sir.
When
I
I say
agree.
the world, is that you don't just help certain amount of people. Like I said, I mean, you're a Haitian brother, of course, and you don't just help the Haitians, you help different communities, of course.
Absolutely, man. So we started doing this in 2015 inside of the American community, and then in 2019 we transitioned to the Haitian community. And the reason why we did that is because it's a lot of people doing that inside of the American community. So I wanted to focus on the inside of our Haitian community, just because you know what, it's not a lot of people doing it, and our people need help. So
All right. So I know we started a little bit, exchanging words and stuff like that. I want our viewers, and of course your viewers, tell them a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you represent in terms of entrepreneur role.
all right, that's a great question. So my name is Djeffson Athis. I was born and raised in Haiti. I am the only son of a family. I have two sisters, and pretty much I started the entrepreneur journey since I was 16. And I have my mom, and I will say this is my role model, but she's very different. And the reason why I'm saying she's very different, because at 16, my mom decided that one of the gifts she would give me as a gift for my 16th birthday, she decided, hey, listen, man. She called me, took me by the river. That was in Haiti. She's like, listen, starting today, I will never give you pocket money. If you want to make money, you will have to earn it. So that was the gift that she gave me. And that gift totally changed my life. And that's how I started my entrepreneurial journey.
That is great. That is so great. Can you tell not just me, but of course our viewers that are watching, or can you share the story how you transitioned from being a poor kid, like you said, into an entrepreneur?
And like I said, when I turned 16 and she did that, honestly, man, I didn't like that, because you can imagine at 16 years old, one of the gifts you get is like, hey, if you want money, you will have to earn it. So lucky for me, she had a fridge in the house. So we call it tika wall back home. So pretty much what we call it ice cream here.
Ice cream here.
Right. So ice
Put it
cream
in a little bag.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So once there's a Sunday, I wanted to go watch a soccer game. And then I went to my mom and said, hey, mom, can you give me some money? And she's like, listen, you forgot the conversation we had? And this is the time I remember. I'm like, oh, wow. So the first thing I did, and I don't know that we call this outsourcing like today we know it. So first thing I did, I tried to call one of my friends. I said, listen, bro, can you go sell those tikawal, those ice cream? Obviously, at 16, he looked at me, well, you crazy. Like, I'm not gonna go do that. So I didn't have no choice. So I pretty much took my bike, took the tikawal, took the ice cream, and I put it in the back of my bike, and I went to the neighborhood, and then I went tikawal.
So at this time you were still in Haiti.
I was still in Haiti.
And what age you was?
I was 16.
16. Wow. At that time of your life, you knew that your mother's not gonna keep giving you money, but you had to go get it on your own.
I mean, I had to. I didn't have no choice, because otherwise, unless I choose, and it's one of the conditions, she said, you have to make sure you earn the money the right way. So I couldn't do anything unethical, right? So that was one of the things. Listen, I'm not giving you money, but at the same time, you want to make sure you do the right thing. So the fact that I didn't have any other choice, so I had to do what I had to do.
You had to do what you had to do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys heard it. He had to do what he had to do. So now my question is to you, right? So being though that you was 16 at the time, you didn't know how you was gonna turn that profit into more profit, right? So now, what is the difference, right, between a 16-year-old that in Haiti right now at the age that you was, and the 16-year-old that you see out here in the US or in America that we call?
I mean, back home, man, that's actually a very good question. I mean, 16 years old back home, you don't have a lot of options. Here, I mean, in today's day and age, I know I'm inside of some group right now. I know 16 years old that's making millions and millions and millions of dollars through the internet. So meaning that you have TikTok shop right now. People can definitely just take advantage. Kids can literally just wake up creating content, post sell other people product, and then make millions of dollars. Back home, we didn't have that advantage. In fact, at 16, I didn't even have a cell phone. I didn't have access to the internet. So there is a huge difference between a kid now living here, man. They have access to the internet, they have access to water, they have access to a bunch of things. In Haiti, some of our kids, sometimes they don't even have access to basic needs. So, but again, if you want to make it, if you want to do something, no matter what, guess what? You're going to find a way to do it. And the fact that, my mom didn't give me any options, I had to do what I had to do to make sure, I earned that money.
So okay, that is great. That is great. You answered the questions, by the way. I do believe there is a core difference when you was raised in Haiti and now that seeing different 16-year-old, like they're totally different. And like you said, there are 16-year-olds that's making millions of dollars right now, and you have still 16-year-olds that's not doing that because they don't know, they choose the wrong path. You
Absolutely.
understand? But you knew at 16 that you're not gonna just sit here and wait for your mom to keep giving you and things in that nature. So now, what inspired you to say, like, you know what? When I grew up, I want to help people make money.
My mom, man, she, like I said, she's always gonna be the person I'm gonna keep saying inside of the interview because my mom is like my dad and my mom at the same time. So imagine you get someone that wake up every single day to raise 3 kids by herself. But my mom always been the first to wake up at 6 a.m. with a smile on her face. Get back from work with a smile on her face. She still has to do dinner and everything. So take care of 3 kids. So because I was the only son, and my thing is, listen, man, I don't want my mom to keep doing that for the rest of her life. So I wanted to put myself in a position where I can not only provide for my mother, but I can also provide for my 2 sisters. So that was the only option I have. So this is why this is my drive. This has always been my motivating factor, making sure I can take care of my mother. And this is why I go hard till today.
Till the day.
Yeah.
That is great. I would crack a joke. I would say it sounds like you and your mother have a really personal relationship.
Oh, I do, man.
Right?
My mom just came. Sorry to cut you off. My mom just literally went back to Haiti right now. She spent 4 months with me, and that's my best friend.
Gen yon tout nouvo tout neuf opportunité pour faire l'argent sur internet là en 2024 et si ou son moun qui pa prend avantage de li, guess what guys, ou pa reme l'argent. Si ou son moun qui ta reme konnen qui type de produit qu'on supposé vendre sur internet là. Si ou son moun qui ta reme konnen qui jan pour bâtir yon token chain website. So les moun monter sou li, yo ga les crédit card li yo acheter, OK? Et ou son moun qui ta reme konnen qui jan pour attirer un paquet client, qui jan pour faire un paquet moun aller sur website là, prêtez attention ensemble avec vidéo. Non pas c'est Artis Jeffson, yo relem nek ti Karol lan, mwen vle invite yo dans yon nouveau 5 jours challenge que m'a fait 25 mars jusqu'à 29 mars année ça, côté que mwen va kembe mon pendant 5 jours et montrer exactement qui gens que vous capable jouer un bon produit pour vendre sur internet là, qui gens que vous capable bâtir un website qui attirant et qui gens vous capable jouer un paquet clients pour faire aller sur website là. In fact, pour la première fois, je vais révéler une grande campagne stratégie que je fait utiliser avant là pour Tony Mix, côté que je littéralement aidé monsieur Pat Amazoura dans birthday bash li. Je pas jamais révéler méthode ça sur internet là pendant que j'ai 4 ans dans la communauté. Et sous son monde qui intéressé à connaître que qui gens que si ou bon produit déjà, si ou bon business déjà, ou ta remet connaître qui gens qu'on capable attirer client en dans business là, pas hésiter, cliquez en bas dans la vidéo ça gaz réserver place pour nouveau 5 jours challenge là. Gagne un business sur internet là qui a complètement changé la vie. Et pendant 5 jours challenge là, m'ta remet pour vous ça. Cliquez en bas dans la vidéo réserver place yes, no capable. Let's go.
We are now getting more details out of this entrepreneurship. Let me just tell you guys, he's not just an entrepreneur. He's also the entrepreneur is just a cover under the stages of things that this gentleman brings into the table. He's a financial literature. He has different things. He's a CEO of Yes Yes, and I want to get into that a little bit. But let's get into the financial part of life. What is the quickest, or I can say the easiest way that you can start a business right now?
You know, the reason why most people don't do things is because of one thing. It's because of lack of knowledge, right? If today you're not making $100,000, you're not making $200,000, you're not making $1 million, it's because of one thing. It's because you do not know how to do that. So the first thing I'll tell anyone that want to start a business, the first thing you want to do, man, you want to learn. You want to educate yourself first. Because most people, they focus on, hey, I want to make money. I want to make $100,000. I want to make $200,000. But guess what? If you don't have the information, there's no way you're going to be able to do that. So for anyone who wants to start a business, the first thing I will tell you, you got to learn first. Learn that. So meaning if you have to take a course, take it. If you have to learn from someone that already reached the level that you desire to reach, go do that. So by example, so let's say I know I want to make $3 million. I am going to find a mentor, someone that I can relate to who already did $3 million in business. And I'm going to pay that person to teach me how to do it. So for anyone who's looking to start a business in that field, in any field, find someone who already have the success that you desire and have that person coach you so you can get to that goal faster than ever. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. But me personally, I will go buy some tikawal and run some tikawal, and I will pray that person. I will come to you. As a matter of fact, I will take your advice. I will go sell my tikawal at the corner store, wherever I can get it from, right?
Yeah.
And then I will come back, and then I will say like, hey, Jeffson, can you teach me how to, and so
no, absolutely.
That's just what it is.
It's the best way to start because most people, a lot of time we have big ego. Like, I want to do it on my own, right? We have that ego. Say, you know what, I can do it myself. But the thing is, what about the mistakes? What about the time? And one of the fastest way you can make more money is the first thing you got to look at is how do I make money faster? Now, most people in their life, they look at the ways to make money harder, not faster. And the fastest way you can make money is find someone who already have the result, like I said. Like if I want to learn how to sell product online, I'm going to look for someone who's doing $10 million. And if the guy has a program, hey, man, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to get as close as I can to that person. So I don't have to make the mistake that person make.
Right.
So that way I can get to making money faster. Does that make sense?
Of course, that makes perfect sense. I mean, you have the potential. The person is there. Like you said, you have somebody that already done it.
Yeah.
Why not go to that person instead of trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of egos get in the way because, I'm going to do it. Well, number one thing first, you have to start.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You have to start. The number one way I believe that for you to even want to have a business is you have to start.
No, I agree.
It's not tomorrow. It's not next year. You have to start today.
Well, the faster you get, it's like people like tell you, listen, man, I wanna learn how to swim. The best way you learn how to swim, go get in that water. But eventually you'll make mistake, right? You'll make mistake. Eventually, in the beginning, you're gonna suck, and that's the part I tell people. Don't expect to be good in the beginning. It's like going to the gym for the first time. If anything in life, the first part of it, it's going to be pain. There's no way you can have success in your life without the pain in the beginning. It's just not happening. So look at the first time you went to the gym. If you remember, what happened the first day?
You get sore.
You got sore. When you were a baby, you wanted to walk. What happened?
Yeah.
Bip, you fall.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in business. In the beginning, the small step, the beginning part of it, it is going to be painful. But if you consistent enough to go to that part, eventually, you will make the money that you want to make. But most people, though, they are not patient enough.
They're not patient enough. I have a question for
you.
Do you have a program right now? Because I do see you around. I see you all over social media. You're talking to a lot of different people. You're talking about business venture. You're talking about you actually have I think a course or class that you teach young kids upcoming like 16 to 20 years old about financial literature. I mean, where do you find times to do all of that and your business?
Well, yeah. So we have a consulting business where I teach people how to make money online. So I truly believe deep inside of me, the fastest way someone can become rich right now is through social media. It's through the internet. Why? Because it's the world. Right? You can literally take one product, not two, not three, because most people think they need 20,000 products. We need one product that can literally change your life. So I believe if you find that one product, you take it and sell it to the masses, you'll make a bunch of money. This happened to me in 2017. I took one product from back home. We call it Sauce Pois, and it's a melanin enhancement product from back home. We call it Longbido. One in 8 months, $1.2 million with one product online.
So crazy.
That one single product.
Sauce Pois.
Sauce Pois, but
ladies and gentlemen, you guys hear it.
You know, and you know why when we say Sauce Pois, what that means, right?
I know what that means. I know what the Sauce Pois mean. But like you said, it's a mal enhancement. And do you still have that product online right now?
Absolutely. If you go try longbido.com, plug in, you'll find the same product. And I started that business in 2017.
How did you come up with the name, Longbido?
Longbido, because this is the beauty of it. I said, I'm going to sell this product worldwide. So there's no way I'm going to call it Sauce Pois because I didn't want the product to just be a Haitian product.
Okay.
So I wanted the product to be, because it's a product for men, but you know the word libido, right? And I said, I can't call it libido. And in fact, the domain name was not available. And I said long for, and then bido. So I said Longbido.
Longbido.
That's how we came up with the name.
With the name, and then you put it online. So, so you didn't just put it online. Let's get to the basic details because some people are missing information and facts, right? There are people just like, hey, yo, you could start a business or you could just create a website or you could do this or you could do that. But they don't have the core, the material to keep going. What are the options?
Beautiful thing. This is one thing I'm going to tell you. Everything I say inside of this interview to you, those are things I do. I'm not the type of guy that teach people theory. If I don't do something, I'll never teach it to you. I don't believe in that. So the same thing I said in the beginning, if you want to do something, the first thing you want to do, like you said, start. But at the beginning, find someone who already have the result that you desire and pay that person. In 2017, I paid one guy $12,000. In fact, I maxed out my Amex card to learn how. So this guy was talking about funnels. We're pretty much different version of website online. And every day he's doing a show about, hey, I can teach you how to start your own business. And I remember a Thursday before Black Friday, I got on a call with him. And he's like, listen, man, for me to help you start that funnels, it's going to cost you $12,000. Listen, bro, I thought he was crazy. So Black Friday came, and in the morning, I found myself on Saks.com. I bought like $4,000 worth of product for me and my girlfriend at that time. So I went to bed that night, and I started thinking, it's like, Jeff, look at how you just spent $4,000 on buying clothes. I lived in New York around that time, right? Look at how you just spent $4,000. But guess what? You didn't even think about it. Now, what if this guy can really help you with your business? So is the clothes are more important than your dream?
Gen yon business sounet la ka complètement changer la vie. Et pendant 5 jours challenge là, m'ta aimé pour vous ça. Si bien ba dans vidéo a, réserver place ou. Yes, nous capable. Let's go.
What do you think about this interview so far?
It's amazing, man. I love to sit down with you, man. I love the fact that every time I have a chance to sit down with a young brother like myself, and able to share information that can help other people, because that's what I do. And the fact that you took your time today to interview me, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, it's a blessing to have you sitting here. Also, this is something that I wanted to do for a minute, because we don't just sit here to interview artists with music and stuff like that. We want to be able to share, the knowledge that we have with the world that are watching.
I agree.
There are different talent. The show is about different talent and different things that you do, different individuals with different talent, excuse me. So now, like yourself, I wanted to get into more of the financial literature for the young people that are out there. Like, let's just say a 16 and 20-year-old that wants to invest in, let's just say stocks. Like, what would you recommend?
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not the guy that invests for me in stocks. So one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to give advice on a subject I don't know about, right? Okay. But one thing I'll tell you, whatever you want to do stocks, whatever you want to do e-commerce, whatever field you want to go in, the first thing, and you guys gonna see, I keep talking about the same thing. you need to make sure that you educate yourself first. Information is important. I get to where I am today because of books, because of seminar, because of conference that I go to, because of the coach that I hired. So whether you want to learn how to do Slack, whether you want to learn how to do e-commerce, whether you want to learn how to do anything, please do me a favor. Find the best 5 books in that field. Go through it.
What are the 5 books?
It depends on what field. So if I'm going to, let's say we talk about sales, I want to become the best sales guy, right? There is no way I'm not going to read Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone, right? There is no way I'm not going to read a book like, let's just say, one book from Og Mandino, the little red sales book, the red sales book. I'm going to read those books. There's no way I'm not going to read the 10X rules. Right, those books I'm gonna read them. If I wanna start investing in stock, there's one book everybody you gotta read. You gotta read.
It's a book, Stock for Dummies.
You gotta read that, right? You gotta read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There's no way you're not gonna read that book. So that's what I'm saying. Whatever field you're in, make sure you get the information first. Make sure you get the knowledge first.
Great. So the program that you have running right now, how long or how is it? How is it managed?
Well, so the way I do my program, so one thing I realized inside of this program we have right now is actually catered right now to the Haitian community. And the way we do it, we not only we give you access to a course, but inside of our program, we have coaches that stay on Zoom from Monday to Friday at any time. A student come in, if they have any questions, they have someone right there for support to help them out. So let's say right now, you want to learn how to start your own e-commerce store. Now, most people have access to information nowadays. We have YouTube. Now, most people don't have a problem with implementation. Like, a lot of people read stuff. A lot of people literally go on YouTube and learn a lot of stuff. But guess what? They don't implement the information. So to help with that, what I do inside of my program, I make sure I have someone Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. on Zoom at any time. Any of my students can literally just come on the Zoom. Any questions they have, there's someone inside of that program to help them.
That's ready to help them.
Yeah.
That is great. And the thought of that program, what bring you to like, you know what, I'm going to create a program that's going to help the next generation, and not just the next generation. Like you say, you do it for, for our culture. This one is kind of like for our culture because you find out that, there are a lot of people are coming from Haiti to here and not knowing how to function. So you kind of like giving them the information and the details that they're going to need to survive.
And the reason why I did that is because I came here in 2009. And I didn't have anyone that was online around that time that I could literally go and follow and say, hey, you know what? You just got here from Haiti. It's possible for you to build a $10 million business. Mm-hmm. It's possible for you to build a $5 million business. Have anyone. I pretty much had to go to other community to learn that. So I had a chance I build right now a $10 million business since 2019 inside of our community. Our company, you guys can go and ClickFunnels. Literally, they just gave us an award for doing $10 million inside of ClickFunnels, which is the platform we use to process our payment. So I said, listen, if a guy like me that used to sell ice cream back home, that used to sell takeout, single mom, just no dad, came here, no English, came here, no papers, and I'm still able to build a $10 million business, I have to give back. I have to share that information with another guy coming inside of the country, or a girl coming inside of the country to know that's possible for them too. Because for me, coming up here, I didn't know it was possible. Until someone else said, hey, Jeff, you can do a $25 million business. So now I go online and tell anybody that come here, listen, man, with online, you can actually do $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 million because a guy like me did it. You can actually do it too. So that's why I do what I do.
If I can do it, you can do it too.
Yeah.
And that is the message that we have for our viewers today. You hear it from the man himself. If he could do it, you can do it. The information is there. All you have to do is you have to go find it. 5 books, he said. Whatever that you want to whatever that you have, the idea of business, find 5 books that's going to help you. And be mindful, you have to spend out a little cash. You have to pay somebody to teach you, like you said.
But either way, you're going to pay. That's what I tell people, right? Either way, you're going to pay the money. And you know, you might be asking me, Jeff, what do you mean by that? Either way, I'm gonna pay. You can either pay for not knowing, or you can pay someone to teach you. Because the fact that you're not making $1 million right now, it's not because you're not lucky, it's not because you're not the most handsome or the most good-looking girl. It's because you don't know. So you're gonna keep paying life for not knowing how to make that $1 million, or you can say, you know what, I'll pay a guy like Jeff, you know, $10,000 or $20,000, whatever it is, to teach me how to make that money. But either way, you're gonna pay, because most people think they don't pay. Even if you're not just taking that money and give it away, but the fact that you don't know how to make that $1 million, you're actually paying life every single day for not knowing how to make that amount of money. So.
All right. Even with a person like yourself that built like a $10 million company, you still have goals. What are your next goals now?
Man, right now, for me, the biggest goal I have right now, it's not money. So, one thing I want to do this year is I want to strengthen my relationship with God. So it's not money for me at this point. So one of my biggest goals right now, man, is making sure that I read my Bible every single day. Is making sure, like I said, because in the past I kind of neglect that part. But this year for me, one of the biggest goals is making sure I strengthen my relationship with God. Make sure I read my Bible. Make sure I go to church. And make sure I just, I clean my spiritual being. So.
You had a wake-up call, or it's just a decision that you just happened to make?
Well, I wouldn't say a wake-up call, but I've been dreaming about making sure that, it's those type of dreams I've been doing, right? I've been having about making sure, I see myself being in church. And for some reason, I wasn't doing that, right? And last year, in fact, I had a dream where God said, hey, I give you 2 years to make sure you get back to church. And that someone in my family came in the dream and said that to me. So
that was your wake-up call.
And it's like,
a call, by
it is.
I just wanted to know how it happened. And there you have it. Now, if our viewers need your information to reach out to you, how can they contact you?
Well, it's pretty simple. So everywhere on social media is the same name. So whether you go on Facebook, whether you go on YouTube, whether you go on Instagram, it's one thing. So it's Djeffson Athis. So I'll spell it for you. It's DJEFFSON ATHIS, Djeffson Athis, all over.
And your specialization?
I teach people now how to start their own e-commerce brand. So if you are someone who's looking to start selling product online, I am your guy.
And what do you have to say to our viewers today that's been watching?
So I'll tell you right now, no matter what situation you are in right now, there's only one person who can save you. It's you. So whatever you want to do, man, like he said, don't wait tomorrow. Don't say you have time. Just start. In the beginning, you will make mistakes, but eventually you're all going to look at yourself 10 years from now. You're literally gonna clap for yourself the fact that you start. So one thing I'll tell you when I start.
Today's your day, not tomorrow. Start today. Starts today.
Yes.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, my
Thank
brother.
you for having me,
Yes,
brother.
sir.